when you are in the wilderness, isolation can be very dangerous because he's attempting to get you all alone where you're not able to tap into your sources that can fill you. Can it be those praying friends? Can it be, a certain song or a certain recording? He wants to strip you of anything that can pour into your spirit. Because if nothing can pour into your spirit, you're depleted. When you're depleted, that's the best time for him to really get up in your spirit. And now that he's in your spirit, you have nothing within your spirit because you're depleted. You have nothing to fight against. So that means he's filling your spirit up with words and thoughts. And before you know it, you're feeling more hopeless and hopeless and hopeless. So I encourage you, if you happen to be in the wilderness, get up. Get up and get yourself around some people who can pour into you. If you have no one, go on YouTube or social media or however you typically get filled up in this spirit. But please make sure that you are getting your spirit filled so you can have something to combat, all the stuff that he's downloading in your spirit, which is all lies. Which is all lies. But when you're in that wilderness like that, and people, even people who know that you could be going through something, what do they typically do? They'll tell you, oh, just go pray and go do this and do that. But you're so lost and you're so broken that you don't even know, you can't even pull from that place that you typically pull from. This is why it's crucial to have people in your circle who are solid. People who, even if you don't tell them what you're going through, they're so tapped in that they know regardless of what you say, right? So they're praying for you behind the scenes. They're praying for you behind the scenes. So reach out to your folks, because remember, Satan will also allow so much distractions. So the individuals who maybe you're used to contacting, they're not answering their phone because they got their own stuff going on. So he's going to make you think like nobody wants to hear it. They don't want to be bothered with you. But keep calling. It's all a lie. Keep calling and let somebody know what you're going through. Ask somebody to pray with you. And then before you know it, you have people start sending you different links to listen to, things like that. But in the wilderness season, at least for myself, when I was in the wilderness season, it's like it's almost hard to even understand that God is trying to get your attention. So, we always want to think that we just always want to think that everything is happening because of punishments or, what did I do? And I'm under attack. But sometimes in those wilderness seasons, God is a lot of times, if not all, he's truly just trying to get your attention about something. What is that something? Who knows? That's only between you and God. Is it something that he's been asking you to remove from your life? A thing, a person, a place, but you just keep ignoring it as if it's not important. So because he knows this thing could potentially block your blessings or could even potentially harm you, he's going to snatch you up. He's going to snatch you up because you're not listening. So I'm going to snatch you up until you can get whatever it is I'm trying to download in you. You can cry, kick, and scream all you want. Trust me, I learned a long time ago, and I'm still learning. God does not care about our emotions. We can cry, kick, and scream, and he doesn't care about our emotions when it comes down to certain things. So if he's been telling you and dealing with you, guys, sorry about my keys pinging. If he's been telling you that it's time for you to leave a thing or leave a person or this and that, and you're refusing, he's going to allow it to leave you. or he's going to snatch you up, and it's going to feel to you like it's a punishment, but he's actually saving you. So once he gets your attention, meaning at some point you're going to realize that you're kicking and crying and screaming is not going to matter. So you're going to wear yourself out. So physically, you're going to wear yourself out. You're not even going to have the physical strength to fight anymore against what he's doing. And then finally, what do? You just lay down. You just submit to the process. And you don't even realize you're doing that. You're just tired. You're just laying there and you're just tired. And it gets to the point where you're just like, God, please, what is it? Whatever it is, just take it, just do it. Please, I have no more strength. I'm just over it. And that's exactly where he wants you at. He wants you exactly at that point when you're no longer resisting. You're no longer trying to figure it out, because you're not going to figure it out what he's doing. You're just not going to figure it out. But it's more about obedience. So once he have you there, he has your undivided attention. At this point, your distractions are gone. You don't have any friends. You don't have any leverage. You don't have a job. You don't have no money. You don't have a house. You don't have a car. Whatever. So he has your full attention now. And this is when you're going to start hearing that there's something that he needs you to get. There's a message. There's a message in every single storm. But we're so busy fighting against the storm that we forget to ask, what is the message? You have to literally ask God, what is the message? Because when you get the message, you potentially shorten the storm. Thank you. You potentially shorten the storm. And then once you start getting your attention, you know what's going to happen, right? Distractions are going to come left to right. The very same distractions that you were forced to put down. These distractions are going to now start coming back. That ex, that whatever, anything that kept you busy. So you yourself, this is where it's going to be crucial for you. Because God had been clear initially and told you that he's trying to do something, and this is why he's removing those things or people or places, whatever. You're going to have to remember that. So when these temptations and distractions start coming back, you're going to have to be so tapped in and realize, like, you know what? I remember what God told me at the beginning, that he's trying to do something and that these things are going to block it. So you're going to have to resist the temptation, and that temptation is going to come more than ever to the 10th power. Because now, one, Satan is tempting you because he don't want you to go wherever God has for you. And then also God is going to watch you. He's going to watch you to see, okay, everything I taught you in this first half of you kicking and screaming, and I finally got your attention and I gave you some downloads and I told you, hey, I'm not hurting you. I'm about to promote you. I got better for you. So he's going to watch you to see if he can trust you with the things that he downloaded to you when you were fighting and crying and screaming. It's your test. I passed my test with flying colors. Each temptation that came back up to try to distract me and try to just get my mind, off of the focus of what God was telling me that he had more for me. And the beautiful part about it, that just hit my spirit. Each time the distraction comes up, I'll come up against you, you're going to feel the conviction. See, it's one thing if the distraction come and you be like, oh, I'm just so bored anyway, so I'm just going to, and there's no conviction. The conviction will be more profound than ever, because it's God literally telling you, I'm watching you. You mess around and ignore that conviction if you want, you're going to set yourself all the way back. And then you're going to have to start over. So please pass your test and avoid those temptations. He has something better. The old stuff, the old people cannot go. I don't care how much you love them. I don't care how much loyalty you have towards them. If God says they can't go, they cannot go. Are you going to miss a whole destiny season because you can't leave one person alone? And I get it, it's easier said than done. Trust me, been there. I had a whole soul tie, right? Had a whole soul tie up in that mix. So I get it. So this is why your obedience is going to have to override everything. Your flesh ain't going to do it. I'm telling you now. It's going to be your obedience to God that, yes, Lord, I want more. So whatever you have to do, right? Because I'm tired of this fool anyway, right? So whatever you have to do, just let me know, and I'm going to be obedient to it. So your Lord, I told you I'm going to stop calling your children fools. So your obedience to God is going to have to be at the forefront. And once he sees that you pass those tests, that when those temptations come back, when those people start coming back, when he sees that you can reject these things, and my God, it's going to be hard. Your thumb or your whatever, your finger's going to be just about to answer that call. And that conviction going to slap you upside the head. Touch it if you want. Touch it if you want. I'm not saying that. I'm trying to say that's what the conviction is going to feel like. Touch it if you want. I'm watching you. And when you pass your test, friends, a time will come. And this is the crazy part. This is the crazy part. Your shift can, boom, literally happen overnight. I don't mind it. It gets to the point where you've been fighting so long in the first half, right? Then it's like, sorry guys, trying to park. Then it's like you got so content with not fighting anymore, right? You just submitted and waiting, but you get comfortable with the waiting. It's not that you're like happy with it, but you just get content. So you kind of forget that you're even waiting on an open door. And when you least expect it, boom, the door opens. And it's massive blessings. It's anything more than you could have think about it. God elevates you just because of your obedience. And then when you get to your next level, then that's when everything will all make sense on why you had to go through the wilderness. It will all make sense because you will realize once you get there, or to those of you who are already there, you will then realize clear as day why those people couldn't go, right? Why certain relationships had to fall off, why you had to learn boundaries. It will all make sense. It will all make sense. So I just wanted to encourage somebody. If you're in that place, if you're in that place and you're just laying there and you're just like, there's just no way in the world I'm going to ever come out of this. The devil is a lie. I promise you he is. Your situation can change tomorrow. One phone call. It can change in the next 5 minutes, literally. But it's going to feel like there is absolutely nothing that can work. Because nothing will make sense in the physical realm. You can't see anything. You can't see how anything will happen. This is a spiritual move. So this is why you have to be obedient. The only thing you got to do is be obedient to what God is asking you. And you know, nobody have to tell you. You know what God is asking you, what to do and what not to do, who to answer that phone or who to block or whatever. You know, right? You know. So your only part is to be obedient and to make sure you are watching your distractions and reaching out to people who can really pour into you. Get up out of that bed, open those window blinds, put your lashes on. You guys have a great one. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.